All right, you guys might get to see something pretty crazy and see me blow away right in the middle of this workout. We have some pretty severe inclement weather coming in, and it's probably going to hit. I mean, last time I checked was like 20 minutes ago, but it looks like it's going to hit right in about 15 or 30 minutes. Um, and it wasn't too long ago. It was like what? Oh God, I need to sit here and remember. Um, Crap. Well, I don't know exactly, but about 3 or 4 weeks ago, give or take, there was actually a tornado that didn't quite touch down all the way, but it landed right across from my gym in that direction. It almost kind of went around and then hit the building on this side of the gym, but it didn't. It did just enough damage to the gym that some water got in, and if some few little minor problems happened, they had to fix it. And that was the video that I posted, a back and bicep workout, and I had to do it from home with my bands in my garage, because they had to close the gym down for a day. It was actually like a day and a half. The gym didn't reopen until that next day, about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Um, so yeah, we might have a little bit of deja vu. Hopefully not. I'd like to get through this workout and not blow away, and definitely not have any damage done to the gym because you take these things for granted. I even said this yesterday, but you take these things for granted. Just your everyday. When it becomes routine and mundane almost, but your routine of just going to the gym 5, 6 days a week, every week after week after week after month after year, you know, until there's a day where you're supposed to go to the gym, a regular day, and your gym gets closed for whatever reason. And this, for me, just happened to be severe weather. Um, you kind of take that stuff for granted, and now that that has happened, I don't want it to happen again. I realize how much I love this place, even on the days where I'm really tired, I'm really sore, maybe my joints hurt or something, whatever it is. I still love it, man. I freaking love it. Um, and I don't ever want to miss a day if I don't have to. Again, no matter how tired or sore I am, this place is, it's my fucking place of, well, I don't want to be sacrilegious, but it's like my church. Um, yeah, this is where I relieve stress, try to get better, try to clear my head, focus on, you know, nothing else outside of the gym, just focus on the weights and trying to get better. And it's nice, man. So we will see. If I end up blown away, well, you guys might not ever know because if it's that bad, my phone and everything's probably done and I'm done. But um, yeah, as long as that doesn't happen, we're gonna have a shoulder and tricep workout. It's not gonna. I'll be honest. I'll be straight up right now. It's not gonna be nothing crazy. Um, because for anyone who doesn't know, I changed my split. I was supposed to hit. Oh my god. I was supposed to hit just back Sunday. With my bicep tendonitis bothering me, I threw in shoulders and back Sunday. And good news is my bicep tendonitis feels way better. But since I hit shoulders Sunday, I'm not going to go crazy with shoulders. Triceps, I'll try to, I mean, everything I'm going to do, I'm going to make it intense and worthwhile. I'm not going to waste my time, but there just might not be a lot to this workout. But yeah, with this new split, alternating back one Sunday, shoulders the next, then back, shoulders, just back and forth each Sunday, every other week. Um, this past Sunday was supposed to be just back, and it just didn't happen that way because of my arm. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking just 3 sets here. I'm probably gonna do maybe like a little half-second pause at the top, and then a 2 second eccentric. Because again, this machine I don't use it a lot. I will throw it in just once a month or something, just for something different. But I'm not the biggest fan of this. It's like in terms of just isolating my shoulders, I get better sets with dumbbells and the cables. This is like my third option, but I do throw it in just to mix it up. But I have found if I do a little half-second pause at the top with a 2 second eccentric, that seems to add a little something to this workout. So, it's not necessary to do that, but sometimes, you know, you can do stuff like that to get more out of a machine or an exercise, whatever it might be. Anyways, I've said way too fucking much already. Let's do this first set, kind of get an idea of how this workout's gonna go. Ooh, okay, that was good. Again, I think it was definitely made better with adding that pause and the negative. How many reps I did? Fuck if I know. I kind of have that. I don't know. I do like to keep count because you keep track of how many reps you're doing, how much with a certain weight, and when you're improving and you're getting stronger based off the fact if you do more reps or if you can add more weight for the same number of reps. So, but I kind of have that Jay Cutler philosophy going lately. I watched a video. I think it was the most recent one with him and Larry Wheels training together, and he said during that workout he never really counted reps. It's just all about what you're feeling, and when that muscle that you're working, whenever it fails, it fails. But I don't even think you're really trained to failure. So I don't know. That kind of doesn't really make sense to me. He didn't count reps. He never really went to failure. But it's Jay Cutler. I'm not going to question. You know what I mean? I'm not going to question his training philosophy or approach. But yeah, that was pretty good. Let's do two more. A little drop set, and then move on to triceps. Oh. I realized halfway through that set, I meant to add this extra 15 pounds. Yeah, I totally just forgot. It slipped my mind. Fuck. I mean, regardless, that was pretty good. But I wanted to make it just a little heavier on these next two, and then throw that drop sit in to really, put the cherry on top. But looks like I'll only get one set with that extra 15 pounds added. But that's all right. That's all right. All right, let's try to finish strong here. So, shit. Oh man, what the fuck? That 15 pounds made a huge difference. Or maybe it's just the fact that that was the third set. Whew, okay. Let's do the drop set and then fucking call it good here. Uh, let's try 5 to 10 more. Okay, 6 more. That's good. Ooh, I'm feeling it now. Okay, I wasn't gonna do this. I was gonna try to, go a little easier on triceps today because I think the past two tricep days I've done skull crushers. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna say fuck it. As long as my elbow holds up and it feels good enough, I think I'll do skull crushers again. Why not, man? Let's have some fun. Okay, I don't really know how this is gonna go. I did a little feel out set with the 45s, and my right elbow's a little tender, but I'm hoping, I did like 10 reps with it, really slow. I'm hoping that'll get some blood in there and kind of loosen it up. That usually works, so I guess, I don't know. I was gonna say you guys will find out, but you might not even see this if this feels terrible, and I might just move on to something else. But hopefully not. I got the 80s. It's a little on the heavy side, but I think I can manage 3 sets. Probably around 10 reps in the first one, and then it might go down a little bit from there. I might get 10 on the second one, but we'll see. Let me just try this. And hopefully I can, feel good enough that I can do 3. Ah. You know what's stupid about that? That I mean, while still trying to be, not arrogant or anything or whatever, but that's not even that heavy for a skull crusher for me. I mean, it's heavy, but it's not. I could probably go up to the 85s for sure if my elbow was feeling better. And then you give me like a month or two, I think I could do the 90s for at least, a solid 8 to 10, depending on the day. Because I did 11 there, and my elbow honestly was not feeling the best. I just kind of powered through, and I had to stop after 8 reps. If it wasn't because it started, hurting pretty good, and if it wasn't, I could have just kept going, man, on cruise control. I'll try it again though. Hopefully for real this time. My elbow's kind of loosened up and not so tender. But yeah, I'll try one more. If that goes good, then I'll do 2 more. Oh yeah. 11 again, and that felt way better. Way better. I'm tempted to go up to the 85s, but with it being the third set, I think I'm just going to stay at the 80s. Try to do a good solid 10 to 11 again. And I'll probably skip a drop set on these. No, I don't know. Maybe not. I'll see when I get done with the third one how I feel. Yeah, I'm gonna save the drop set for the next tricep exercise. So I'll do another shoulder and finish with triceps. But yeah, those 80s. Maybe it's just the day. Maybe I'm just feeling pretty good. I don't know. But I think the next time I do these, I'm going to try to remember, because that'll be 2 weeks from now. I'm going to try to remember to do the 85s next time. I think that'll be good for, well, however long it feels good. And maybe move up to the 90s in the near future. Gotta wait and see, though. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But yeah, let's do some fucking shoulders, man. I feel good. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this quick, but I'm gonna do straight arm lateral raises. There'll be a slight bend in my arm, but you guys, I mean, it's not like I just did on the seated lateral raise machine. My arms are gonna be completely bent at a 90. It'll be a slight bend, but pretty much straight. And I'm gonna come up past 90 to about right here. I don't want to go all the way up because then I'll start to lose tension on my shoulders. And another thing is, a lot of times when people do this, they will tend to, just because it's more comfortable, there's really nothing wrong with it. But they tend to kind of have the palms of their hands facing away from them, and they'll come straight up like this. Well, when you do that, if you do it without weight, you can even feel. That's all on front delts. I want to work front delts. So I'm going to turn my arm and think about the back of my palm, my pinky, going up toward the ceiling. Now, that's actually not really going to happen, but I'm going to think like that and then come up as far as I can. It's about right there, and that's going to hit the side delts way better than if I had them like this. So I'm going to start with the 15s. That might be light, but then if it is, I'll just go up to the 20s or whatever I feel is a good weight. Okay, I mean that was good, but I think it's just a little too light. Let's go up to the 20s. Well, I almost grabbed it and went straight into it. What am I thinking? Not yet. Give me a couple minutes. Okay, I think one more like that with the drop set. Shoulders would be good. One more. These 10 pounders humbled me. Well, I don't know if they humbled me, but they definitely did the trick on my shoulders. Whew. All right, man. Let's finish this up with some triceps. Well, and obviously I got cardio, but you guys never see that. That's my little secret. You guys never see it, so do I even do it? Or am I just lying to you guys? You'll never know. All right, let's move on to triceps. All right, we're going to finish nice. Not easy, but one of the easier options. I'm still going to bring it and make it intense, but just some rope tricep extensions. I mean, this is going to sound so stupid, but what are these exactly called? Tricep extensions, tricep press downs, push downs? I don't know. And honestly, I don't even really care. I just know they work the triceps. That's all I need to know. But no, let's see if I can get a solid, pretty tough 15 reps here. Since I went, I mean, well, again, it wasn't really even really that heavy on skull crushers. It was heavy, but it wasn't. If that makes sense. I could have went to the 85s for sure today with those, but anyways, try to do a nice 15. If it's too light, I'll go up. If it's too heavy, I'll go down. 3 sets and a drop set. Okay, that was 16. So it was one more than I wanted, but I think obviously with each set it'll get a little harder. So I think that weight's perfect. Let's do 2 more with a drop set. Try to get a nice little look at the tricep action on this set. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. Let's fucking check it out. All right, man. I kind of don't want to wait. I feel good, man. It was a good workout. Like, really good. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this. My pre-workout finally come in yesterday, and I've been without it for 2 weeks. So I got to take some pre-workout today, and that might be why I feel so good. But then also, I started thinking I bumped up my carbs per day a little bit, nothing crazy, but maybe that's why as well. There's 2 or 3 factors that could be why I feel good. And again, another one could just be I've been dragging ass so much lately. I was due for a day where it kind of, I kind of bumped back up a little bit. But whatever it is, I'm glad. And then I'll get a rest day tomorrow. That should theoretically help even more. But yeah, this is a good workout, man. Not again, not a lot of volume, only 6 sets each with 2 or 3 drop sets in there. But for triceps, that's all I need. I don't need a lot of tricep work. For shoulders, I mean, I've already done Sunday when I really wasn't supposed to, but just for some injury circumstances, I did it with some back. So I didn't need much shoulder volume either. But um, and the thing is, also, this coming up Sunday, 2 days from now, I'm gonna be hitting shoulders again because next Friday is my extra rest day that I alternate every other week. So I got to hit shoulders Sunday, or else I won't hit them at all next week. So we'll see how that goes. But let's fucking check this out, man. Let's check it out. All right. Did we get a good shot in there, or better yet, did we get the shot? Almost got tongue tied. Actually, I don't think there was any almost. I did. Hopefully, I got something good. That's always the goal, right? All right, man. I kind of wish, in hindsight, I felt like this on, like, say, a leg day or a chest day, yesterday or Wednesday. But you know what? Sometimes that's just how it goes. I mean, don't you think that if every day a person come in here fully energized, fully rested, fully recovered, and just feeling great, don't you think there'd be a lot more people working out, a lot more people able to stick to it, if not pretty much everybody? You know, this is what makes this unique. And there's a fine line between being arrogant but also being proud, because this is something to be proud of. You can stick this out and train hard, and it doesn't have to be bodybuilding. It could be any kind of physical performance. You know what I mean? It's something to be proud of because it's not easy. And again, I'll say most days You're gonna feel, especially the longer you're in this, you're gonna feel it's either tired, sore, um, physically wore out, mentally wore out, or both. Um, there's a lot of things. You're gonna be hurting maybe somewhere in your joints, or there's a lot of stuff. But this is where they say consistency is key. Not every day is gonna be a day you come in here, again, feeling great and fucking just able to knock it out of the park and have a PR kind of workout. That's just not gonna happen. So consistency is going to trump all in the gym. You see the weekend warriors or the guys that come in here and train hard for a month, however long it might be, and then 6 months go by and you notice, hey, I haven't seen so and so in 6 months. I wonder where he's at. His ass has been at fucking home, not training at all. For those 3 months or whatever, he was in here hard, getting it out, training everybody, but then he's gone. You know what I mean? So consistency is gonna trump all in here. But I'm done, man. It's Friday. I'm ready to get my weekend started, get the rest day in tomorrow. I'm gonna go finish the cardio, and then I am out of here. I'll see you guys Sunday.